might actually be going down in weight because that one only has 1, 2, 3. It doesn't have these outer wings. True. So it's bigger, but maybe it's not as heavy. Let's see.
Same thing, slide it over here. Fall off. Got it.
I'll come over by you. Let me look at the. Don't necessarily want to drop it.
You're afraid it's gonna break?
No. I think if it's gonna break.
This is the worst part about this.
Right?
Let's put it in backwards and see how it cuts.
Alright.
30. This one got, this is skinnier, right? This way?
It should be 4.5 by 4.5.
No, but I mean, like, I feel like there's more room over here.
Maybe the case because that wing doesn't exist.
That's, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, it stops short. There'd be a vertical here.
Yeah. So we might end up with some pretty wide pieces there.
Yeah.
This was for people that wanted almost sort of boiler wood still, but consistent. So
Okay.
we'll see how big of pieces that come out of this thing.
Yeah. I'm intrigued now. We're gonna resplit a couple of these.
No, that's fine with me.
Look at this thing.
It's a big old honker, yeah. All right, well, we can put, yeah, that was an outer one, right?
Yeah.
This was an outer one.
That's 6 1/4.
This was an outer one.
By 4 1/4.
This was an inner one.
Yeah.
So let's stack these up, sort of. Let's just do these first. We don't need to go crazy up there. Yeah, those are big. Make no mistake. Okay.
That's 4 3/4. Your vertical is almost always going to be the same. 4 1/2.
Yeah.
4 5/8.
It has to have some room to bloom.
4 1/2.
Sweet. We're done with this one. What's next?
We're gonna go 3x3.
All right.
Get back to normal size.
Ready? Come over by you.
As far as this thing is,
Nice.
that's how I know I haven't broken it in yet.
Yeah. Oh, the marker's still there. All right. Cool. Got a nice crooked one to put up there?
Yeah, right. Oh, here, there's a. Yeah, that thing's got a whole bunch of knots on it.
Yeah, that would make a lot of trash. You ever talk about that or not? Like, you know, that you want to try and put in like straight cut, straight, like nice
Yeah,
stuff.
I try to. I mean, part of what I've been doing, and we can go look at that load because he's not coming back, but is I've decided there's a leaf dump, tree dump around here
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
that'll take anything and everything as long as you're a residential customer. They'll charge you for it if you're commercial.
Yeah.
I've taken 12 loads out of here.
Yeah.
12 of those, heaping full,
Yeah.
to get down to stuff that I can use. And I think going forward, what I learned this year running this thing is it'll run that 6 and 8 inch stuff.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
It's not worth the time to cut it all up and get, you know, we wouldn't be,
Oh yeah.
what, 6 rounds? We wouldn't
Right.
have that bottom figured out yet.
Yeah.
You'd have a whole bunch of triangles, which is great. I mean, it makes good bundle wood, but I don't have, the reason I have this is to save time.
Right.
This thing has made a world of difference helping get through all that.
Yeah.
But it makes high quality firewood quickly. Like
Right.
I have to take a half a day off of work and come do this. I want to get the most bang for my buck.
Yeah.
If you're splitting edges off with a North Star splitter or a Champion or whatever, you're just not going to get enough done.
Right.
I mean, the cycle time alone will kill you.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason I've got this thing. I've got the excavator behind you. There's a 500i in the shed.
Yeah. Right.
I've got all the pieces to do this so much quicker that you might as well. I mean,
Yeah.
you're either gonna do this and do it well, or you're a true hobbyist. You know,
Yeah.
and okay, you're doing it for the fun of it, but then you're never gonna make any money at it.
Yeah.
Or you're doing it just for yourself and you're not selling anything to anybody, so who cares?
Yeah.
And since I made the switch to, well, I think I'm gonna start selling a little bit. Well, now that the product has to get that much better.
True.
So
That makes sense.
yeah. Well, I kind of want to I'll throw some of these littler ones up.
Well, we can do it. Yeah, we can do a couple rounds with it. You know.
Yeah. Because that's what's in this thing right now.
The 3x3 wedge is what we put in now. Brent's putting a couple rounds up here. One of the important things to think about too with box wedge machines is that you do want to try to put in stuff that is straight cut, straighter grain, straighter shape, because by nature box wedge does produce some chaff and kindling. I would almost guess around 10% goes to waste, but that you can use as kindling, or you know, wood chips in the yard or whatever. But your production with this machine is so much higher because you're not having to manually resplit stuff after you've already made a pile. So I just wanted to point out that with a box wedge machine, you want to try to get the nicest stuff that you can put through it, because that's how you're going to get your good looking final product. warming her up a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, dude, this is nice stuff.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, this kind of all becomes fun, like without the resplit.
Yeah.
I mean, some of this stuff's kind of chaffy, but it's not. Like, I think that's what you're gonna get in the smaller
Yeah. Right.
wedge.
Yeah, and it's worth mentioning because, you know, I don't want to sell something to somebody that's not going to do what they want it to do. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
you can't just say yes, it's going to be 3x3 every time because that's not how it works.
Yeah.
All right, we just got done running the 3x3, and you can see here is some of the stack, mix of everything. There's some of the centerpieces. You can see the centerpieces are like, you know, really square, really good looking. As I said, with box wedge, you're going to get more stuff like this. That's just the nature of the box wedge, especially as you go down to smaller sizes and more way of split. That's going to happen. This stuff even happens on multi-way wedges that are traditional style, but it's worth mentioning that not everything coming out of this is going to be 3x3. You're going to have a mix of this other stuff in there. And this, you know, for bundles, you can put this in there so the customer can start their fire, but I wouldn't go selling this as bulk and dumping a, you know, half a load of this in somebody's driveway. So just something to think about.
All of this stuff is good. Man.
Yeah, and you know, the nice part about this, like you call the chaffy stuff, that'll wipe easy.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes,
You know?
the feathers.
As we call it, feathers.
Oh,
Okay, we're saving these for the picture, right?
that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Then I'll take some of these top ones off here too. Clean them up. Right?
Yeah. It'll take a couple.
Okay.
I know better.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, yeah, we're stuck on the others too. So. See what you can do. Work your magic. I don't know if you noticed, you know, like this is 2x3,
Yeah.
but then this is wider here,
Yeah.
but almost the same stuff is coming out.
Yeah.
Probably because it's deflecting first before it goes into that, you know.
Yeah.
But that's crazy that these two are warm. I mean, they're cooling down now, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of friction there. a lot.
Just a little. Holy smokes. When you guys do step the wedges back, so it's not like it's hitting it all at once,
Right.
but it's hitting it enough.
And it goes like this too if you look from the side, you know.
Yeah.
So it can bloom, but there's still only so much you can do when you're going that many different directions, you know.
I wonder, okay, so I'm looking at this. You guys have the main wedge.
Yeah, and the main wedge is thicker because it's where the stem is too.
Yeah. But it's it's at like a 15-degree bevel, so it goes way back in there.
Yeah.
I wonder if on this one, because the next one isn't beveled quite as much. You know, this is like 30.
Yeah.
If you went back to 15 on this and then opened it up a little bit further,
Yeah.
so that
I see what you're saying.
your 2.5 hits, but then almost immediately it starts to flower, so that after you cut, you know, I mean, you're not splitting this.
But yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Well, the idea was to get feedback on that today, so
Yeah.
because they made 2 sets of these 2x3 and 2x4.
Okay.
This is one set, so this was realistically this is the first time it's been run today.
Yeah.
Kevin's really swift with engineering stuff, so he can you know, make changes and stuff as needed. I know. Well, this machine doesn't really care about much.
No, it doesn't.
That's impressive because you only had the one time where it was dogging, and I think if you would have stopped, let it regain and hit again, it would have.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it wouldn't have cared.
I was trying to stall it out.
No, that's yeah.
I've only stalled this thing a couple of times, and it was on this cottonwood.
Oh,
Super stringy, pushing straight through the 12-way, just, you know, and it hit something that just, I mean, it did this.
I'm gonna keep all this
24
sitting here
times.
for the video of this
Yeah.
because I want people to be aware.
Yeah.
You tell people sometimes, you know, if you don't want something, and
Yeah.
sometimes they really do. So.
Here's what it's gonna produce a whole bunch of this. If you're okay with that.
No, I mean, and, you know, if you had like a wood-fired pizza oven or something like that,
Yeah.
like, this is great. But I mean, that stuff that keeps the fire hot.
Yeah.
You know? But it's just trying to manage it after.
Yeah. I mean, this is the nuts thing. I mean,
Big hairy mess, you know. And this is stringy stuff too. It's not like it's.
no, yeah, I'm not doing
I wouldn't
any
say ash
favors.
is tough to split because, you know, it's not necessarily tough to split.
Yeah.
But tough to split and make it look nice sometimes. Yes. That
Yeah.
is. But I love ash. And there's not much left in my house anymore.
Oh, you guys have been kind of cleared out? No?
Well, the ash borer, you know, and then they took everything down as that was happening.
Yeah.
It got cut and it didn't get replaced.
Yeah, they did that a lot in Minneapolis where.
Well, I see you're getting a whole bunch of ash in here yet too. That today was.
Yeah,
ash.
that's all ash. Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, that's, I mean, pretty much.
Do you want me to put it in the coat here?
Yeah. No, they can go in there.
Okay. All right.
I wind up kind of picking through these anyway when it's going to customers or whatever, and it's like,
Sure.
oh, this, I remember this tote. This had,
Yeah.
coming across a whole bunch of chat. It's like, oh, this is meant for me. Sorry. You know?
Yeah, dude. This is. Look at this. That's awesome. All right. You want to?
So we're doing a little bit of staging here for Wolfe Ridge, but basically we just got done running the 2x3 wedge, and I'll show you guys this. In order to clear it out, you know how you always run little pieces through. Let's manage to bend ash. It's no small feat. We can't even. There was a couple there that were just going for a ride, so definitely be careful when you're using the box wedges and any wedge. If you hear something moving, you know, take a step back. Doesn't hurt to close your eyes, but you should definitely be wearing safety glasses because anything can happen with these. You're putting this much force and trying to cram it through smaller holes, so yeah, this is a pretty good pile of you know, good bundle wood. I mean, this is, I'm sure this is going to measure out, well, here, There's 3.5 by 2.5. That was probably on the outer edge. This one here that we kind of deformed is 2 5/8 by 1 3/4, and that's a perfect size for bundle wood. We did notice you get, with the smaller wedge, you get a bunch more trash. Lots of this stuff, lots of the feathers. I include this in my bundles, but some people don't include any of it. So just personal preference. But wow.